Alice, I've known you for a long time now. About 5-6 years.
Since 2001, I think.
Yeah. And I remember when I met you, you were quite like radical. You know, you're just like totally sold out.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to find out how you've been going on the natural way, where you are in your life, and I think what you've got to share is really important.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've relaxed a lot. In fact, I was a little nervous. I'm like, she's going to come and I'm not perfectly doing the natural way.
Neither am I.
Well, that was very pleasant to find out. I'm like, yes. So, you know, I still, one of the, I think the most important things was the fact that that you taught me was to listen to your own body.
Yes.
You know. And I remember when I didn't tell you this, when I did the 2 months of raw, when I was very radical.
Yeah.
When I finally, my husband had enough and he said, you need to stop this, and I was going to break my 2 months of raw.
Yeah.
The first thing I was dying to eat was salmon. I was craving salmon so bad. I took it out of the can. I was like,
was it raw salmon?
No. So, but yeah, I forgot to share that with you.
Great.
But anyway, yeah, that was because my body was craving that, and that's what I ate, and it was good, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's been a great journey. You know, a lot of lessons learned. Like I shared with you about how God showed me that this had become an idol in my life, and I was so obsessed. I think like 60 or 70% of my thought life was consumed about food and this, and if I eat this, and if I do this, and okay, maybe if I do this, maybe this is why I'm having this. And
in fact, you weren't actually on the natural way then, because the natural way is supposed to take you away from food obsession.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I remember you used to say, I'm on raw and I'm not losing any weight. Do you think I should fast? And I was like, just calm down and relax. You know, it was like you were lurching from sort of raw to fasting to.
Yeah.
I'm really
I was
pleased.
striving, and that's one of the biggest things I've learned is just to rest and enjoy every minute, you know, and not to be constantly striving and trying to analyze and figure things out. And no, I mean, God says, be still and know that I'm God.
Yeah.
You know, we can't know He is until we stop. So, yeah, it's been good.
I think it's a very important thing that we need to be telling other people, because we do so often. You feel so good eating a lot of raw food, so you think, well, if 75 or 80% is making me feel so good, let me go totally raw. It's almost like a challenge, because I talk about it in the book, and it's like people like you and me and quite a lot of other people, you know, typical A-type driven people. You've always got to do your best and be your best, and it's never good enough, so you're always looking for what's the next step and the next step, and you get into a place where you become obsessive, and
it's very unhealthy.
Drive your family away. Your friends, how did you find your family and friends?
You know what it was? That I'm usually by nature, I'm very aware of other people. I don't want to offend anybody. Yeah. So I try not to draw attention to myself, but people would always go, oh, you know, how come you're not eating? Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, just leave me alone, please. But, you know, I'd go to restaurants and take my own stuff with me, and that would just bug my husband.
It must have driven
you know, it's like, you're going to go out, just enjoy yourself and, you know, go out. But, so it's better now, because I'm not in bondage to that anymore. I'm free. Like, if I go somewhere and I happen to eat something that's, you know, not on my chart, then big deal. I'm going to deal with it later.
I mean, if your body can't recover from eating a couple of slices of bread or, you know, a slice of pizza, then what's the point of anything? And I say to people people say to me, well, I'm not totally on the natural way. I'm like 80% on it. And I said, well, you know, what do you call 80%? Because there's no one program that's the program.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
If you read it, it's like, well, if you want to eat fish, then at least make sure that you're a healthy fish-eating person, and the bulk of your diet's still your fruit and veggies. And if you want to eat chicken and meat, then make sure that they're organic. And if you're going to be a vegetarian, your best source of protein is not from soya beans, it's from nuts and seeds. But you don't have to be a raw-tarian living on you know, seeds and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that is what's important is you
Mhm.
found your balance
Mhm.
using the
Mhm.
principles, which
Right.
you looking fantastic.
Thank you.
I mean, you look better now than when I saw you and you were striving. You looked very stressed. You looked
Yes.
very,
I'm telling you, after 2 months of being on raw, I looked sick.
yeah.
I mean, I look at myself and I think I look so much better now.
Yeah.
And I'm not even eating as healthy as I was. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Supposedly.
But probably because you're more relaxed, because
Yeah.
on an emotional and spiritual level you were probably
Oh,
in a
yeah.
bad place.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. And people
Yeah.
notice. People
Yeah.
tell me all the time, "What are you doing? You
Yeah.
look great."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just
I'm
in a
just
better place.
Better place, yeah. And I mean, you're exercising, but it's not an obsession.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember you were doing hectic exercise as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you were like
yeah.
just
Yeah.
trying to be this perfect person.
Yeah.
And we've got to get away from the perfect body image.
Well, you know what it is too is living in Hollywood culture in LA.
Yeah.
It gets on you.
Yeah.
You know, you're always striving to look like a certain way, and have. You know what I'm saying?
Wear size 0 clothes.
Right.
You know? Just have nobody, you're
Yeah.
so skinny.
Yeah. And you look in the mirror, you go, "Oh, it's drooping a little bit," but I'm like, enough.
Yeah.
I just want to be happy in my own skin. You know.
That's exactly it. And healthy. That's what's
Yeah.
important.
Being feeling good.
Healthy
Yeah.
is not being skinny. It's being the right weight for your genetic makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say to people, and that may mean your genetic makeup means you've got boobs and you've got a belly and you've got a bum. Like my family, you're curvaceous. I mean, I look at people that have got no boobs and flat stomachs and, no bum. And I'm like, oh, wow, I wonder what it's like to be that skinny.
Mm-hmm.
But in fact, that's how their body's designed. And those same people are, emailing me and saying, do you think it's okay if I take the supplement? It's supposed to increase my breast size. And you and I are trying to hide our breasts and they're trying to have more. It's saying, this is how I'm made, My
Yeah,
makeup,
accept
my
it.
genetic makeup is like this. I will be the healthiest genetic person, and I'll be the healthiest if I feel I need to eat fish or chicken or meat, then I'm going to eat it. But I'm going to make sure that I'm not overdoing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the overdoing it, really.
Yeah. And that goes back to listening to your own body.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think that's probably the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. How do you eat now? I mean, it's a lot more relaxed. What do you have for breakfast, lunch, and supper? Just sort of take me through
Breakfast,
that.
fruit is a lot of times part of my breakfast.
Yeah.
If I'm in a rush, I found this really great greens bar that I have occasionally. Sometimes if I'm in the mood for a hearty breakfast, I might have some gluten-free pancakes or Ezekiel toast or Ezekiel English muffins, sometimes with just butter and honey.
Yeah.
For lunch, I make I found that Ezekiel bread really is one of the breads that doesn't give me any kind of digestive problems.
Yeah. Because
So,
it's made from sprouted grain.
so whatever, whether it's tortilla toast, I buy the Ezekiel brand.
Yeah.
And so I make tortilla wraps with veggies, avocado, and things like that. Sometimes if I'm in the mood to have salmon or tuna, then I'll make something like a salad with that.
Yeah.
Dinner's usually, most of the time for me, like a starch dinner.
Yeah.
Either rice pasta, gluten-free pasta, or some stew kind of vegetable with rice, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I'm not really like a breakfast, lunch, dinner kind of person.
You
I
become
kind of
hungry.
graze
Still-
throughout the day.
You're
And
still listening to your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
which is
just when I'm
actually
hungry,
ideal.
yeah.
Well, that's good. And that's probably, as you say, the most important thing is to listen to your body.
Yeah,
You can't make it this. It's not a religion, and
right.
it shouldn't be. And if it is, you're replacing
Sorry.
God with your food,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's not a good place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I realized, and maybe this will help other people, is when I started getting really a lot of redness here in my skin and flakiness, people would look at me and think I have rosacea. But in
Yeah.
fact, it wasn't. I needed to clean out my intestines. And when I
Yeah.
did that, that started clearing up.
Mm.
You know?
And what did you do to clean out your intestines?
I took some stuff called, because the fiber blend, for some reason, I had a hard time taking that.
Yeah.
So I found this thing that's called OxyCleanse, and all it is oxygen and magnesium.
Oh, okay.
And it just goes in and cleans
Mm.
some debris and stuff from the walls and everything.
Yeah.
And that seemed to help me because it was simple. I didn't have to on this whole program.
Yeah.
I can just incorporate with my whatever I'm doing right now.
Interesting. Maybe you even had some parasites that could have contributed to that as well.
Maybe.
What I do find works quite nicely if you battle with the herbal fiber blend. I take the
capsules?
No, the other one, the herbal release.
You know, this probably doesn't need to be on the video, but I have 2 bottles that I've ordered, and I looked in the date, it says 2005. And I'm like, I don't remember ordering it that long ago. Do you think that's when they were made? Or is that the expiration date?
I don't know, but the expiry date, I mean,
doesn't matter, right?
No, it's herbs.
That's what I thought.
It may not be as effective, but they just do that as a safety mechanism. I mean, it's...
Yeah, because I wanted to
like
take
raisins, you know. I mean, they put an expiry date if there's nothing wrong with them taking.
Yeah.
And the herbal release, I find, works way better for people that don't tolerate the herbal fiber blend.
Yeah.
For me, herbal fiber blend doesn't do what herbal release does.
That's it. Okay, I'll have to try
and
that.
And it's in capsules, so you don't have to drink it like the herbal fiber blend.
Is that taken on an empty stomach?
You can take it with meals on an empty stomach. I've taken it both, and both ways it works, which is quite nice. Because sometimes if I eat something that I'm not comfortable with, then I take the herbal release afterwards. I mean, sometimes, I'll eat something and I'll just feel my stomach doesn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll take the herbal release and it just
So you would take that instead of, like, say, digestive enzymes?
Yeah, I prefer the flora food and the herbal release.
Hmm.
And the digestive enzymes work best. Like Mark would prefer the digestive enzymes. I prefer the flora food.
Okay.
So I think it just depends on the kind of digestive tract you've got.
Yeah. Barley juice is a miracle worker, though, I have to say.
Oh, yeah.
If I've had a night where I've eaten late, I've been out partying somewhere, and I come home and, you have to sleep, and when you've got food in your stomach, I just drink some barley juice and I'm good.
So you told me something interesting. Quite a few people have told me this, that they use barley life as a mask.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been doing that?
Well, I've only done it one other time.
Yeah.
And, you just kind of forget about it. So when you came, I asked if you had done it, and you're like, no, I've wanted to, but I haven't got a chance.
Yeah.
So we actually did it together.
It was quite amazing. I mean, your face has got the slight tingling sensation, and then my face felt very soft and fresh after.
Yeah, mine too. It's like it breathes all of a sudden.
It is. It like almost increases the oxygen content. So I'm going to kind of commit to trying to do it.
Yeah, me too. I really liked it,
something.
and I want to do it once a week as well.
And I want to see what it actually does,
Yeah.
and then we'll report to each other.
In fact, we took pictures, Mark, and you'll get to see it on Marianne's website very shortly.
Yeah. Did we take pictures?
Yeah. Don't get scared.
Lock the door, take the phone off the hook. Don't speak to anybody while you've got that on your face.
Yep.
It's not long. I mean, it took about, 10 or 15 minutes to
Yeah,
dry.
it dries pretty quickly, which is nice, because most masks you wait and you're like,
You can do it while you're in the bath, but just all the green stuff will go into the
Yeah,
bath. Quite nice in the shower, I suppose, as well. Yeah. Or put it on and then get in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
But that felt fantastic. It's almost like giving your face a salad, kind of.
Yeah.
Fresh.
Well, I was telling Marianne too, when we were feeling the tingling, I think it's the live enzymes in the product actually help to exfoliate your skin as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Destroy free radicals. So we should be looking 12 years old in the next 6 months. And Alice and I want to do a show, a health show, and interview interesting people and do fun stuff.
I think we'll be laughing a lot.
Well, that's what we must do. It must be fun. So I want to work on that somehow. I will have to ask our father to organize it.
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's go.